when you get to speak to someone so young who is on a path of greatness, it definitely excites me. And I'm doing just that today, speaking to Ireland's own. He'll be making his next fight at Bellator Championship Series on June 22nd against Paul Nolan, the one and only Nate the Great Kelly. Sir, good to talk to you. How are you?
All good. Training's going well. Feeling good. Camp's just about wrapped up now, so ready to go. You got me gassed up with that intro there, so I'm bleeding in.
I'm just talking truth, man. It's just the truth. You have honestly taken the MMA world by storm so early on, not only in your career but in your life. When so many people in today's day and age in 2024, they care about how many followers they have, how many this they have, how many, whatever. That's not you. I mean, it just kind of comes to you naturally because of all that you're doing. How do you stay so locked in and focused on just becoming a world-class fighter?
I kind of just say it whenever I kind of get like people coming up to me and like, oh, the followers or this or that, this many likes, views. Like I kind of just completely disconnect myself from that. Like I don't like I know people kind of post something and be looking, oh, this do well, that do well. I kind of just like be like, I don't care. Like likes or views on a video isn't gonna win me this fight and get me going to where I need to go. Do you know what I mean? And as you said, when you kind of just put in the hours in the gym and get the results and kind of just apply yourself, people can see that and they can see that you're real. Like, do you know what I mean? When you're doing stuff just for likes or for attention or for views, it's never what I wanted to do. My focus has always been, like, since I'm a kid, has always been on the fighting, and then everything else will come secondary to that. Like, once you go out there, perform, do your job in the gym, and work hard, and everything else will follow that. Like, so that's all I'm focused on, especially now. Like, I'm super locked in. Like since December, that fight in December, like I've literally been in a training camp since August. Like I've basically been in a training camp my entire life. But yeah, I love it. Like I just love waking up every day and getting to do what I love. And yeah, I'm so blessed, so blessed.
There's a lot of people in combat sports who say, they've wanted to do this since they were a kid or since they were born, they knew they were a fighter. Not many people actually truly define that like you. I mean, everyone knows just how long you've been dedicated to this sport, dedicated to this game. What was it? What moment was it in your life where you gave all of your life to mixed martial arts?
It's actually nuts. Like when I think about it and kind of like when I get these questions and look back on it, it's literally I walked in 4 years of age, didn't know what like kickboxing was or anything. I literally walked into a kickboxing gym, done one class, and I said, "That's it. Like this is like I just want to do this." Like, and then I was playing football and stuff at the time, and I was like, I just gave that up. Just went full steam ahead on fighting and started competing like a few months later, and then eventually made the transition into jiu-jitsu and MMA at 7, and like literally all the way growing up as a kid, like people want to be astronauts or do this or do that. Like literally my entire childhood, my entire life, all I've said to people is that I want to be a fighter. Like, and especially back in the day, back in them days, like when you'd say that to somebody, they'd look at you like you're mental. Like nobody even knew like what fighting was. Like, but yeah, it's just I don't know. I feel like genuinely like that. I just feel so grateful that I was able to find like my true calling at such a young age. Like I genuinely believe that like I was put on the planet to do this. Like I feel like this is my purpose, and every day I wake up, I kind of some days you have to remind yourself that you're doing this for a bigger reason. Like I don't think that it's just me like bringing myself to the gym. I feel like there's something up there. There's something that has set me onto this path, and I really do feel like it's my destiny and it's my purpose to be in this position and to be doing these things 100%.
Now, you'll be part of one of my favorite, actually, not one of my absolute favorite events of all combat sports every year, Bellator Dublin. I don't have to tell you, right? You've been there, you've lived it, you know what it's like. Talk to me about what that crowd, three arena, the energy, what that does for you as a fighter.
It's mad. Like obviously December was my first ever time fighting in the Tree Arena, and I opened up the show and I walked out expecting a couple of bleeding few people there, and the place was like fairly packed, and it's just nuts. Like as soon as you hear that, the crowd and just the whole environment of it, and like it's mad. Like a year ago, around this time a year ago, I would have been in the Tree Arena like supporting my teammates and watching the Bellator events, and now this time this year I'm gonna be a part of the event, and people are gonna be coming to the event to watch me fight. So it's nuts. Like I've been literally in the Tree Arena, going to concerts and fights and everything since I'm a kid, and obviously all the Bellator events and seeing the atmosphere. And now that I get to be a part of that, and people get to go and watch me perform there, it's nuts. Like I have to pinch myself sometimes to remind myself like, all right, this is real life, that you're actually doing this, like, and it's I'm just so grateful. That's the only word that I can actually think of to describe how I'm feeling with all these amazing moments. Yeah.
What makes that Irish crowd so special? Because like here in the States, obviously we have like American football and the Super Bowl, and everyone gets crazy for that. To me, Bellator Dublin events are my MMA and my combat sports Super Bowl. I don't think there's a crowd that matches. I don't think there's a place to put on a better fight. And I don't think there's a group of fighters like Irish fighters to represent an event like that. What makes that Irish crowd so special?
I don't know what it is about the Irish, but I think we just love fighting. Like ever since like the old boxers, everything, Connor coming up, obviously, and everybody, like even the guys come to the trade arena to just to support their own. Like it's just something about fighting that the Irish have had in us like since forever. Like, do you know what I mean? We had to fight to get our country back. We're born fighters, and it's literally a saying, the fight in Irish. I think the Irish people just see it and they just want to support it and have a few drinks and have a good time and have a sing along. So yeah, it's mad. And I'm so excited. Like I've been trying to hold myself back all this week, and you're hyping me up here. So I'm gonna blame you for this call. So so excited that I get to go back to the Tree Arena and get to do it all again and be in front of them fans. It's literally a blessing. It's a dream come true. So
Well, I'll tell you this, Nate. If I get blamed for anything, if you're getting hyped up now, that just means an even more epic performance from you next week. And if I'm going to get blamed for that, then I'll take all the blame for it. But
that's
on a more serious note, like, we could talk about the crowd, the energy, all of that. But you've mentioned the fighters that have come before you. Obviously, the big one, the notorious, Conor McGregor, all of that. But when I say that you're part of the next wave, the next generation of Irish fighters, and you said the Fighting Irish, just your culture, just your background, what does it mean to you to represent the Irish?
it means everything to me. Like when I walk out, especially like in December, March was obviously special as well, getting the win up in Belfast. But like just being at home in the Tree Arena with a tricolour wrapped around me, coming out to the Irish music, hearing my people like screaming for me, and it's just it's something else. Like I've represented my kids since represented my country since I'm a little kid, and I carry that tricolour with so much pride, and I just want to go out there and do my people proud, and everybody that supports me and the whole of Ireland. And I want to carry the country on my back all the way to the top. And it means everything to me with that tricolour wrapped around me, walking out on the bottle. There's nothing that's going to stop me, especially not in the Tree Arena. He has to come into that's like my home stadium, so he's coming in there to try and take this win off me. There's absolutely zero chance that's going to happen.
I cannot wait for it. And I don't want to take up too much of your time. I do appreciate you giving me your time. This will be your Bellator debut. We've seen you on the PFL side. When you have, I mean, we're still not even hitting your professional career yet. So when you have a big promotion like PFL, like Bellator, they're kind of splitting you both ways on both events. What does it mean to you, your confidence, your growth, your career, to have such a major organization back you and pick you up so early on?
I'm so grateful. Like it's actually amazing. Sometimes I have to remind myself that like I'm a Bellator fighter, a PFL fighter, and I'm fighting for this big organization in my hometown in the Tree Arena. It's absolutely insane. Like, and I appreciate it so much from Bellator and PFL to give me the platform and give me the opportunity to showcase my skill set. I think the guys know, like they see me on the mic, on the camera, they see me in the cage, they just know that I'm a superstar. So I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I think I'm something special. I think every single fight I'm gonna show that more and more. And I think the guys invested early, and they'll definitely pay off for them in the years to come. 100%.
And that was actually my next question, because as you continue to rise and grow into that star that everyone sees you're on the path of becoming, will you have a sense of pride and just dedication to PFL and Bellator? Because like you said, they were the first ones to give you the opportunity, and not only a sense of pride with the promotion, but a sense of pride of you don't have to go to the UFC to be a star. Bellator and PFL are giving you a platform early on, and several other fighters like yourself to be a star with them, and now the rest of the world just has to catch up.
Yeah, of course. Like as I said, I'm super grateful to the PFL and to Bellator for giving me the opportunities. Like it's not seen very often that an amateur at my age is competing on these big shows and with this absolute massive promotion, PFL and Bellator. Like I'm super grateful, and I'll always owe them for that. But I think we know that it will be a great working relationship. It's just only start of I think, an amazing journey that me and the PFL and Bellator will go on. Like I'm not here to just make some videos and thing. I'm here to collect world titles, collect that $1 million check. So there's no flyweight division yet, but I think they might have to make one exclusively for me. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I think it's going to be the start of something very, very special with the PFL and me and Bellator, and I'm just excited to see how it all unfolds in the years to come. Like we're kind of like PFL and Bellator, of course, they're absolute massive promotions, but they're on the rise up, and I think in the next few years, like they're gonna be absolutely ginormous, and I think in the next few years, Nate the Great's gonna be absolutely ginormous. So it's I think we're gonna have a great working relationship, and I'm extremely happy to be part of the promotion and to be growing and elevating with them under the PFL and Bellator banner. It's absolutely amazing. So I'm super grateful.
It's a match made in heaven, and good business for all parties involved. All right, we know where you're going to be. We know when it's going to happen. What should fans expect when you step inside that Bellator cage?
As I said, I'm so excited. I've never been this excited in my life for a fight before, ever. Like the improvements that I've made in this camp alone over the last few weeks and since the last fight, it's insane. Like I'm just firing on absolutely all cylinders, and I just think I'm gonna absolutely put on a masterclass. I'm choking up my words here because I'm so excited to get into the cage. Like I'm literally buzzing. Like I can't contain myself. I cannot wait to get in there, in front of the tree arena, in front of my people, and put on an absolute masterful performance. It's gonna be a clinic, and I'll be happy to go to 3 rounds and absolutely ping them around for 3 rounds. But I don't think that's gonna happen. I think first round, second round finish. I'll be very surprised if it gets to the third round or if it goes to distance. Actually, I won't be surprised. I'll be shocked. My jaw will be on the floor. But I think an early finish and a masterful performance is what you can expect out of me on June 22nd in the Tree Arena. Get your tickets now, Block G. Let's go.
Well, in the famous words of your fellow countryman Conor McGregor, sign me up for that because every time your appointment viewing, man, and just like two more questions here for you. You know, I'm
Oh,
sure 100 times you've been asked about your future plans and when you're going to, the next level and further competition and all that. But outside of that, I'm not going to ask the same question you've been asked 100 times. I'm going to ask, how did you become so calculated and smart about your approach to your career? Because somebody with the backing, the following, the promotion support that you have, instead of throwing yourself right into it, you're giving yourself time to build and going along smartly and slowly. How did you go about that?
it's not me. I'm not the smart one that hopped in straight away, but it's John Kavanagh and Kate Roach that are in my corner and have my back. And I'd never make any decisions or anything without the two guys like them. I know these two guys just have the best interest in heart for me and are just gonna do what's best for me. So it's literally up to them completely. Like whenever they think that I'm ready or I'm ready to make the jump, and I feel ready myself, and we'll make that decision together. But as I said, I'm not the smart one. Them two guys are the smart ones. So it's I just have a great team behind me, like a great family, a great circle around me, and the two best coaches in the world, John Kavanagh and Dave Roach. And yeah, we're cooking up something nice, and we're developing nicely. And when I do make that jump to pro, it's gonna be even more special than the amateur days. When I start elbowing people on the head and all, you know what I mean? That's when we're gonna see the real side, yeah.
I want to talk about John real quickly because I think it's been almost a disservice to him that for so long of his coaching career, that the only time you said John Kavanaugh, you had to follow it up or start it with Conor McGregor. I feel that's disrespectful to every fighter who has stepped foot in SBG, who has represented Ireland. And you see John and just everyone that's coming out of SBG and making waves in PFL, Bellator, and the UFC. Just how significantly important is John Kavanaugh to Irish MMA?
He's literally the godfather of Irish MMA, and then I view him as my actual godfather as well. On the other side of things, like me and John have a great relationship. Like the first ever time I done a jiu-jitsu class was in SBG. First ever time I done an MMA class was in SBG. I've been in SBG since I'm 7 years old. As I said, I've said it before, I'm SBG through and through. Like my entire game is literally SBG, John Kavanagh. So he's next level. Like the guy's an actual genius, you know what I mean? So it's to be able to wake up every morning and go in and train with this guy and to be able to pick his brain and have him in my corner, it's amazing. Like I genuinely think he's the best coach in the world, and there's nobody else I'd rather have in my corner. And yeah, I've been SBG since day one, and I'll be SBG till day dot till the day I go. So 100% the best coach in the world, and I'm so grateful to have him in my corner and to be able to pick his brain and train with him every day. It's amazing.
I think he doesn't get enough credit, and he never makes it about himself, and he provides every fighter their own platform. With
Yeah,
all of this being said, we've talked about the crowd, we've talked about the promotion, we've now talked about your coach, we've talked about what you plan to do on June 22nd. But let me ask you this: what does it mean? And have you had that moment of self reflection? I know you said I'm getting you fired up, but have you had that self reflection moment that you're just getting started, but you truly are one of the biggest staples in the next generation of Irish MMA fighters and overall one of the best young fighters in the world? Have you had that moment with yourself?
yeah. I don't. It sounds like it sounds cocky or something like that. But like when I say it, like I really mean it. Like I've just imagined myself in this position. Like since I'm a little kid, like I always knew these things were gonna happen for me. So now that they're starting to happen, and other people are kind of starting to realize and are looking in, and I'm like, you are all just now seeing what I seen when I was like 10 years of age, like 5 years of age, whatever it is. So I've always kind of known that I'd be in this position, and super excited that I get to go out there and showcase my skill set again and again and again. And I'm just like I'm a great talker, but I just want my performances to showcase what I can really do. Like I genuinely believe that I'm something special, and like I believe that this next wave of fighters coming up, I'm the head of the charge, especially over on the Irish side, and I'm coming for everything in this game, and I really genuinely believe that. And yeah, it is a bit of like pinch me moments when you think and reflect back, and I kind of just always look at it back from the perspective of the little kid that first walked into his first class. And to be honest, if you went to him and asked him, like he'd be like, yeah, of course I would have been doing this, and they're like, I've always just kind of believed in myself and had that self belief, and I think that's kind of what got me to these positions and then places is that I've always had that fire in me, and I've always had that self belief that I can go and do anything. Like I can go and conquer any mountain, climb any mountain, do whatever. Like there's nothing that can hold me back, and it's still that same mindset now. There's nothing that can hold me back. Any setbacks, nothing. I'm going full steam ahead and locked in, tunnel vision.
Well, Nate Kelly, you got me fired up now. I think not only are you a great talker, but you are a great representative of Irish MMA. I think you are you don't have to say it. I'll say it for you. You are one of the next greatest young fighters, in this world. I know, there's so much ahead of you and I can't wait to watch it. Speaking to you for the first time, I hope it's not the last time, man, because I know I'm a
Of
little late to the game. I know I'm a little late to the game, but I'm definitely happy to finally have a chance to talk to you. You're somebody that I been following for quite some time as you've made your rise up. So I think hopefully this won't be our last conversation. I'm super excited for what you'll do June 22nd in Bellator Champion Series. I think you're going to put on a show. I know you're going to put on a show, and I can't wait for it.
Thank you. Thanks for the time. We'll get back on after, and I can say I told you so on the performance. So
I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you very much, Nate.
thank you for having me on. Thank you.
Absolutely.